Welcome to a live broadcast. I am your big brother, Jahi. Today is a special broadcast. It's an exclusive broadcast because today we have a guest that's going to be in the house, and this brother's going to help us out with some information that we all need to hear. But before I bring him on, I'd like to say to all of you, please tune in to Adults Only every Wednesday at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time, where myself and Chaz are the hosts. And then every first and third Saturday, we want you to watch the Ja and Kev show. That comes on at 1 o'clock Central Standard Time, but basically it's on YouTube. So please check us out. Again, I am your host. I am your big brother. And today I have a person that I'm not going to waste any more time bringing on. And I want to bring him on right now. And this brother here is a dear brother. This is a good man. This brother is a faithful brother. He has a lot of information to share with us, but I want to just bring him on. I know him. You may know him as Mondrea, but I know him as the urban Grio. Yeah, because the word Grio is short for griot, which is talking about how our ancestors often told stories to bring about some significant truths. And this brother is a truth teller. So instead of me running my mouth for this broadcast, you know how we do it. Since he's the guest, I'm going to let him take over as I interview him when it comes to questions about things that he needs to let us know about. First of all, Brother Mondrea, welcome to this broadcast.
Blessings, peace, and blessings upon you, dear brother.
All
Thank
right, good.
you for the opportunity, man.
Good. Well, hey, we've been chopping it up for years, but now we got a chance to settle down, both of us, and just be able to identify some of the needs in our community. But before we even say that, I want to say to those who are in the house, I want to say to you, peace and blessings. We have a queen in. She says, Hotep brothers. We say
Oh,
back to her, Hotep queen. And Brother Mondrea, I want you to say right now what it is that you do when it comes to this information that's crawling on the screen called the House of Harmony Incorporated. Take it away.
well, for those who know me, they know my last name is Harmon or HarmonE. Everybody messes my last name up and they always call me Harmony. What happened was when I got married in 2008, we decided to create a business called the House of Harmon. And then at the end, we put a long E for Harmony.
Okay.
What
Okay.
we decided was God had given us a mission to work on something that, and I say this all the time, I love every vendor in the world. I love those who make sea moss and alkaline water and everything. But everybody is making those things. But ain't nobody talking about how we gonna keep the family together and work
Mm,
family business.
yeah.
And
Yes.
so uh, my second wife told me, she said, you need to think about this. You have 4 children, 3 mamas, and all of the children have your last name.
Okay.
Must be something that is going on that all these women decided to keep this last name. That's power. That's legacy.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm,
for me having to being the head of this legacy,
mm-hmm.
my job is now to leave something behind for them to follow.
Mm,
And so
mm.
our elders have always laid the blueprint for us to how to get better. We
Yes,
don't
sir.
have to go find no keys nowhere. They've already given us the keys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That the elders, right?
That's right.
They was giving us the keys. And so now my turn is to do intern
Mm-hmm.
and give back. And so this is what we did as a group. She and I decided that we're going to work on things that can be a breakdown in the house to now replicate, fix, and keep harmony in the house to keep us together.
Wow, that's powerful, man. We have another queen who says Hotel Kings, they falling in, but I'm gonna press you right back on what you just said. The idea or the concept of harmony in the house, the family. Why is it important, brother, that we talk about maintaining the household?
Well, let me tell you, first of all, we always talk about the system is broken. System is this.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you, the system was meant to hold you down and keep you oppressed. And if you
Mm.
feel held down or oppressed, that means the system working pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So the thing is that we don't want to fix this system. We want to eradicate this system and build what was correct, what was truly left behind. We
Mm-hmm.
keep harmony in the house. A part of the system was money.
Mm-hmm.
I money. I'm working 72 hours. I got this money. We're gonna
Mm-hmm.
get this money. Money, 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 money. Work, 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 work. Guess what?
Yeah.
We're not.
Yes,
We're
sir.
not family. We're not
Mm.
our wife. We're
Mm-hmm.
not helping our children to the next level. But I
Wow.
spend more time at the job. I got
Mm.
a work wife now.
Mm.
What?
Mm.
I don't need a work wife. Let me go home and maintain the real one who's doing
Mm.
birth and real teaching and real sprouting and growing of my seed.
Mm-hmm.
So what we decided is my ex-wife now is a financial planner.
Okay.
And so what she does is she teaches people how to make their money work for them.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, I'm not working for the money, no more. The money is working for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's doing what I need to do. Now with that time, I can love on my wife,
Mm.
love on my children. She can love on me because I
Mm-hmm.
don't have that to worry about. She
Wow.
was also a trainer. And so we have step classes and health classes to
Okay.
teach you. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Brother Elijah was telling you you gotta eat to live. We don't live to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So to eat to live now, she's telling you the best foods to put in your body and a workout regimen that can follow through for anybody. No excuses, not
Mm.
even myself. And
Right.
so
Right.
we follow through. Now and as a family we do this. As a family, it's stronger. You know me, God has blessed me with the work of these words. So
Mm-hmm.
I teach creative writing. I
Okay.
teach how to get your expression out with the pen.
Okay.
That means I'm not going to be so quick to fight you when I
Wow.
can speak to you.
Mm. That's true. That's true.
All this fighting in school because I'm mad because you looked at me funny and all of
Uh-huh.
this that we don't need to be over excited about. Let's have this conversation. Let me
Wow.
when you talk to me. And guess what?
What's that?
When they communicate like that, they're not only communicating with their peers, but they're communicating with their parents.
Wow.
What? Now
Wow.
we talk back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Mom talking to dad, dad talking to mom, the
Yeah.
kids talking to mom and dad,
Uh-huh.
and we now have an overstanding, not an understanding of how
Uh-huh.
to go to the next level. So we just decided to pick out the points that have the power to destroy the family, and we're
Uh-huh.
going to work on how to mend those to bridge the gap. And that's what the House of Harmony is. It's the bridging the gap of the elders and the young people and vice versa to live your life longer.
Wow, we got Sister Supreme Lioness Nuji Tubbs. She says, peace and blessing, kings. So, brother, I'm going to stop you now and come back to something you said that you and I talked about off camera. So I want you to talk about it on camera. And that's this. You said something about you working with your ex-wife. Man, I heard that a husband and an ex-wife and an ex-husband and an ex-girlfriend, an ex-boyfriend, I heard we can't work together. I heard we're supposed to be at each other's throats. Will you address that, what you told me word for word, as to how this is working with someone that you were married to? You're no longer married to this beautiful woman, but now you work with her. Talk to me, brother.
And look, I set it up like that too, because as soon as I said, now my ex-wife, I was wait, 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 the ex-wife, and I know all the alarms and the bells and the
Yeah, yeah,
whistles.
yeah.
But let me tell you,
Okay.
a friend of mine told me what I need to start doing is getting out here and listening to these young people's chat and the TikToks and all of that stuff and hear what they're talking about on relationship. So I
Mhm.
joined the chat and I told them my situation. And a brother got completely upset. I heard
What?
his, he was like, that girl using you. Why can't she go get another man? Why this, that, and the other? And I said, I'm gonna be real with you and I'm gonna respect you. But you sound real European right now. I said, our people have never done that.
Hmm.
Even in the little villages on the continent, if the uncle went out and got killed,
Mhm.
brother that was left behind took on his family and that family.
Mhm.
Whatever the situation, the
Yes, sir.
sister brought a child into my life,
Mm.
so I'm connected regardless. And ain't nowhere in the book that said I gotta hate you.
Wow, wow.
There's
Brother.
no way in the book that says that. Again, when she made me realize that all my children have my last name,
Mm-hmm,
there's
mm-hmm,
something there. There's a connection there.
mm-hmm.
There's a tie there that we need to hold on to.
Oh.
And I had a dream about it too. Do I want to work with her?
Hmm.
Do I want to work with her? God said, you know what? You can make $1 million with her. You can be broke by your daggone self. What? What?
Yes,
You know,
sir. Yes, sir.
so real talk, you ain't got to be on the same ship
Right, right.
with the queen,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
But as long as she knows that she's a queen
Yeah, yeah.
and reps herself as a queen,
Uh-huh.
all honor is due.
Wow.
Honor
Wow.
is because she gives me the respect that I give her back.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why and again, that's why we wanted to do this because we wanted to be able to talk to the newly married people. We wanted to talk to the seasoned married
Yes,
folks.
sir. Yes, sir.
To talk about the divorced folks. We
Mm, mm,
talk
mm.
to the women who are living single families, single
Mm-hmm.
parents.
Wow.
Because all of this that we offer brings the harmony to every household. So what does it do? It keeps the unity of the family.
Mm.
How you break this crazy system that we're in? Because you got to ask yourself, what law was that said I gotta hate you?
Mm.
What law is it that gotta say every time I open my mouth I gotta talk about you bad, whether you
Mm-hmm.
did be bad at that point in time?
Wow.
Let me tell you, God plays a part in everything. And
Mm-hmm.
there's a reason that you got to go through what you go through.
Mm-hmm.
The old saints, as they called them, used to say, my test, once I pass it, is my testimony.
Mm-hmm.
But let me have my testimony now that I will be for you. And on top of all of that, you know who really wins? My
Who's that?
13
Wow. Wow.
year old's in the process. She's 13.
Uh-huh.
She's getting to go to high school. She
Mm-hmm.
already figured out what college she want to go to. She want
Right.
to go to, of course, the HBCU. She
Mm-hmm.
want to marching band because she's a creative like her mom and her dad.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't have the horror stories of her friends when they find out that she's in a divorced state.
Mm-hmm.
Because now mom got something bad to say about you, just like your daddy, just like mama.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the one thing that my ex knows is I don't talk about her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna let nobody else disrespect her.
Mm-hmm.
You will not disrespect her.
Wow.
That same thing on the back inside. There's no, and I know I make her mad.
Uh-huh.
I make her frustrated. I do some things a little bit different. I'm a
Uh-huh.
lot passive because I used to be that hoodlum dude. So I
Right,
work
right.
more passive, and sometimes I'm over. I know I be driving her nuts.
Uh-huh.
One thing she will never do is disrespect me in front of my.
Mm. Wow, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I am talking to the urban Grio. I'm telling you, this is powerful. And if you have any questions for Brother Mondrea of the House of HarmonE Incorporated, why don't you go ahead and just write the questions and I'll look them up here in the comments and I'll ask this brother some of the questions because he has a lot of pertinent things to say. And so I'm going to take him just on this ride with him, and I'm going to continue to ride along with him and learn because this brother always teaches lessons. And if we would just glean from those lessons, we all can become better people. And he's talking about the House of HarmonE. I noticed his theme is harmony, unity within the family. So I'm going to ask him this question. What is one of the characteristics of the family? I know there are many that you would like to talk about now that is desperately needed amongst us as a people right now.
Let's. I thought about should I go here, but I know the people that you deal with, brother Jahi,
Hmm.
and so this is my chance. I can finally get this all off. Um, my biggest thing is integrity,
Okay, okay.
and the whole integrity situation is how you function
Hmm.
with or without people around you.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, yes, sir.
And I think first of all, if we got our integrity intact, men start coming home at night instead of trying to find something else to do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And same way with the women. Now I'm not both both we've been lied on, cheated on. We've all done went through some stuff. But with the integrity, there's an extra little something in the back of you that be like, yeah, that sounds interesting as I'm taking myself home. Eh,
Mm.
it sounds interesting, but I'm not gonna put no money on that when I can put some money on this over here. You
Mm-hmm.
know, are we gonna get the house that fits everybody? We ain't gonna be trying to get the hookup.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but when you walk with that integrity, there's a swagger that comes with that that's undeniable. And it's how you handle situations. A man in the conversation. If two men have a disagreement about something, they're able to come together
Yes,
and
sir.
have a conversation.
That's right,
I
brother. That's right.
like shoot you and all of those things, but I just talk to you. I deliver my heart, you deliver your heart,
Mm-hmm.
and like the saints again say, iron sharp as iron.
Mm.
So this man rubbed up on this man right here, and we sharpen and getting each other better for some precision cutting of what we got to do in this world. So definitely having your integrity gives you a sense of leadership.
Mm-hmm.
You got a sense of leadership. There's a sense of mentorship. You
Right.
got a sense of mentorship, and all this you loving over your family now.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
They're following you now. They're following you because they know you're a general,
Right. Right.
not a jester. You
Mm.
in this thing, in this life that we call this war we call life,
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna tell us how to get to the next level.
Yeah. Boy, this brother here, I'm telling y'all, is powerful. And I know a lot of you watching this broadcast might say, Big Brother Jahi, you're not talking that much. Well, I shouldn't talk that much. This is my guess. When you invite somebody over, you ask them questions and let them extrapolate. You let them elongate. You let them elaborate. Because I do my thing on Wednesdays. I do my thing every other Saturdays, talking about subjects that we need to discuss. But today, this is my brother, and I would be less than a man to invite him on my broadcast and take over the broadcast. So we're just going to let him talk. And if you don't like it, there's a button on here that you can hit that says leave. But if you like it, stick around and learn so you can get loved on. So right now, big brother, here's something coming at you now. A brother says, Brother Mondrea, would you say loyalty is dead in today's society?
I'm not gonna say it's dead, but it's on life support. It's there. It's like you watch that good movie and old boy finally gets shot. You be like, no, no, this is right
Right.
there. That's what we are with loyalty, and we need to go back and relearn. I
Mhm.
really everything on this planet.
Mhm.
I would love to start a school right now, and I used it in the meeting we were in yesterday. I would unlearn to learn.
Mm. Mhm.
All that you was taught, throw that out the daggone window.
Mhm. Mhm.
A brother was like, "Let's get scientific with it." He said, "One of the scientific things I know is chess." He said, "Don't you understand that on the chessboard, the queen does never she never forgets her position."
Mhm.
Now listen to me, sisters, because this is what I mean by that. She never forgets her position. She can move anywhere she wants on the board. But the queen's real job is to watch over the king.
Mm.
She not only watches over the king, but she watches over the seed. She watches over everything. She keeps an eye. You know how the military say, I got your six?
Mhm.
The woman is always the one who's supposed to have your six. She sees everything around you. So now with her watching my six, I can keep moving forward in my job into burrowing further. And I'm loyal to those who loyal to me.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
practice that in everything I do. Even when I was a gangbanger, I'm telling you, the head of the areas, they call them regions. And I'm telling you, my region made sure when my mama didn't have no money to get the light bill and he threw them couple of dollars my way, you better believe I'm gonna watch his back because he made sure we had lights in the house. I'm loyal. I use that
Mm.
same loyalty in my spiritual walk with
Mhm.
my I do that in my African walk with my elders. I'm going to give to you what was given to me. And
Mhm.
if you can give me that in return, that's the love, that's the respect, that's the power of loyalty. It ain't dead. But so many people have been so hurt right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They've given loyalty out and been walked all over. That now they say hurt people hurt people. So
Mm-hmm.
now I'm back. I'm gonna give you what you gave me,
Mm-hmm.
and we got to get out of that way of thinking. We gotta move on from those who did the dirt, who did
Right.
the hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like if you're digging for a well, you spent all the whole day digging and digging, and guess what? Ain't nothing at the bottom, ain't no water, nothing.
Correct.
Stop digging. No, you move on to another place and you continue to dig. Because the one thing that you need is the water.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of the way you went there, which you know is the goal, the end goal is we need some water on this land.
Okay. Okay, brother. Now I want you to talk to the family now, but this time I want you to encourage someone out there that's saying, you know, brother Mondrea, everything you saying is spot on, and I'm trying it, I'm doing it the best of my ability. But these people in my family, man, they something else. So what would you say to them to keep them afloat, to let them know that there is still hope within themselves when it comes to trying to help the family become what it should be, especially in these times and days that we live in now?
I wanted to say this in the beginning, so I think this is the perfect time to say it. I am by no means the know all or the experts. I don't have it all down packed. None of that. But what I do know is I've lived life.
Mm.
And in this life, I will tell you what you're going through
Mm-hmm.
is what you're going to go through.
Mm.
But remember, the sentence is going through. You're not stuck
Mm.
nowhere. And sometimes your family don't get it.
Hmm.
You know, that there's another old saying, skin folk don't always mean kinfolk.
Right, right.
What I always figure is I check my circle. I can't control how I'm born into something, but I sure can't control what's around me.
Wow. That's pretty.
You know, I control my circle. And if I can be real for real right now,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to tell, because I think there's some brothers out there who need to hear this.
Okay.
I have four beautiful children. They the best things on this planet with my last name. Three of them, believe it or not, are not that fond of me.
Mm.
The older ones are not that fond. I am so blessed with my youngest, but I only got blessed because I had to go through some life.
Mm.
I had some children at different ages. I wasn't always the best guy. There's been some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So let you know, I ain't perfect. But the
Wow.
one thing I did do was have a meeting with them and said a lot of stuff I don't remember. A lot of stuff could have been a way, and I one apologize for the way, but I need you to check the man that I am now.
Okay.
All I can give you is this man here now.
Mm.
You
Mm.
have a choice. I will never close the door on you, but you have a choice. And whatever choice, I'm gonna respect your choice and keep moving further. But I got to be this man who I am now because I know my assignment now. I know my commission now. And when you know your assignment,
Yes, sir.
all them people around you
Mm-hmm.
will either fall off or hold on tight.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
So some people might not get it, and it's okay if you don't get it. It ain't your time to get it. It was my time to get it, but it ain't your time. So I can't put me on you. I gotta let you be you. In your
Mm. Yes,
I
sir. Yes, sir.
pray you catch on and catch up, but then I know I still have a work,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't let your thoughts be my excuse.
Wow. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you this was going to be exclusive, and I told you the Urban Grio was going to come and tell us some stories to help us learn about how to become better people within a family, within a society, within a community. Urban Grio, I want to ask you this. How important is it for us as men and women to learn the importance of manhood and womanhood within the family.
Once you learn it and have an understanding, your moves change.
Mm.
Change. How we relate to one another
Teach,
changes.
brother, teach.
The respect level changes.
Mm-hmm.
I have such a uh, I have such a respect for my business partner, which is my ex,
Mm-hmm.
that I really believe sometimes I got to catch myself because
Mm-hmm.
I don't want anybody, misconstruing or thinking he trying to line or playing a game or anything like that. And I want to make sure she don't never get confused like that either. But I always let her know I honor you to the fullest because you did something that a lot of folks didn't do. You took time to hear me. A lot of folks don't do that. But again, once you understand your role, your real role,
Teach, brother.
not the role that they gave you when you got off the ship, not the role they gave you when they signed this stuff into law,
Uh-huh.
real role. When you could go back to the continent and get up under a tree with 12 other older men telling
Yes,
you
sir.
the life
Yes,
type
sir.
of, when the sisters who get together in the sister circle and they forever checking on one another. And if
Mm-hmm.
something going away, you ain't got to worry about somebody trying to give them negative information for some negative thoughts of whatever the case may be, because everybody knows they role and they respect the the ship of what they're in, whatever relationship that is. We're in this thing together,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of women are starting to understand their roles when they starting to pick up into these sisterhoods now.
Oh, wow. This information is not just going in my ear and going out the other ear. It's going in one ear, but it's residing in my heart. And this is what I like about brothers and sisters who can teach. And I've taught myself on many occasions, but this is reciprocal. So I'm sitting back, taking in all this truth, learning to be a better person from listening to a person that has been out there and that's still out there, that loves his family, that loves his business, that loves people. And I think we need more broadcasts like this. Brother Mondrea, talk about this now. How important is it for the family? When I say the family, I'm talking about the parents to spend not time but quality time with these children as we grow up. Can you please speak to that instead of giving them some type of device to keep babysit them? I know you want to talk about that, so let me move out the way and you do your thing right now.
You know, the main reason why I opted to do a creative writing class. Now, all the classes that I was telling you all about, I forgot to say, they're all free.
Okay.
Why are they free? Because back in the day, when my mama needed a class to go to, they were available. They
Mm-hmm.
were just there. There was a place to go. We don't have that anymore. It's like
Mm.
to the prison and they took out the books. They took out the weights. They done took everything out that you got nothing now.
Mm.
And when you finally get out of jail, you can't be rehabilitated because you went in with nothing. You came out.
Yes,
So
sir. Chief.
and then they're gonna make sure the bills and the laws give you nothing. So
Mm-hmm.
you a big nothing.
Mm.
Got to do better. And
Wow.
with the creative writing classes and to be able to speak, I remember back in the day. I'm gonna say that a lot. Back in the day when it was dinner time, Mama done worked hard on the dinner. Daddy done got home from work. Dinner is ready. We sat around the table. My father asked, "How was your day?"
Mm.
I didn't say you got on your phone.
Uh-oh.
I didn't say you was gonna text somebody. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't say we all watching dinner in front of the TV set. Cause what is that? And if we were watching TV, let me tell you, first of all, if we got lucky enough to watch TV, we was
Mm-hmm.
watching something so deep
Mm.
that we listened to conversation. Like
Wow.
Bruce first came out. Ho ho ho! My daddy made sure for 7 days we was sitting right there and better have something to say. It wasn't no and no hard half answering. You
Right.
had to speak, you had to articulate.
Mm-hmm.
And even when you're fighting for something, you want more money on your allowance. You got to be able to articulate why you should get more money than this that I decided to give you. You got to
Mm-hmm.
break your case down. You got to be a lawyer in this thing. If you're a
Wow.
lawyer in this thing, that means you know how to talk.
Yes,
And
sir.
we have the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want the TV to be your babysitter because your TV can't love you like I love you.
Mm-hmm.
TV can't give you the prospect of what I could give you. So I'm not going to rely on the Cosby Show, as good a show it was. But when I grew up, I kind of was like, man, I wish Bill could have been my old man, from today. But that's
Ladies,
only because
go.
we glean to, we crave for things that we don't have in our own household.
Uh-huh.
So put
That's
it
true.
back. And that's the way to put it back. Talk to me. My daughter told me we were driving, she has to go to the store. And so I saw this Dollar General, and it was like really, really out the way. It looked like one of the horror movie Dollar Generals. It was just out there in the middle of nowhere. So my daughter goes, Dad, this store look a little sketch. It looked like what? It looked what? Ma'am, could you please tell me what that word means? She said, "Oh, Daddy, sketch means it looked a little shaky. It looked a little suspect." I said, "Oh, okay, thank you." So now her daddy be running around talking about that little store over there look a little sketch too, but I mean I'm speaking her language.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
now she come to me and talk to me about anything.
Mm.
So and so was acting sketchy, or whatever the word she want to use because she knows she can talk to her dad.
That's right. That's right.
I only know because I'm not a social media fanatic, but I do like everybody else. I'll get on TikTok and see. I love dances and whatnot, and I love watching dances that I can't do no more. Look, shout out to age.
Yeah.
Um, but I'll watch certain things. I'll be like, you know what? And I'll call my daughter. I say, I want to know how to do X, Y, Z. She
Mm.
like, Dad, what you got to do is you got to go here and you got to open up this and you got. She sits there and she shares it with me. I'm giving her a chance to be in charge.
Wow, that's awesome. That is awesome. This broadcast here is a broadcast that was thought up by myself and this brother that you see on the screen. We run into each other every so often, and we just put it together and say, "Hey, we're going to do a broadcast, but we're going to talk about the House of Harmony. We're going to talk about the family. We're going to talk about principles." Because that's what we need. We don't need to talk too much more about sports and entertainment. That is what it is. But we want to talk about how do we put this thing back together again that is so fragmented. And one of the issues that I want you to address is this, brother. How important is the conflict resolution within the family, especially the African American family that seems to be at each other's throat right now as I speak?
Brother, when right before we got on, once again, I was on the little TikTok thingy, and there was a TV show that's out, and it's called Miss Pat. And so I saw the first of all when we were watching shows back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
the language they use right now, no
Mm-hmm.
sir,
Uh-oh.
sir, no sir.
Mm.
So here we are again, and you only find this show on BET Plus. Entertainment. You're saying that black entertainment needs to be this family. Let's keep it real. So let me cuss all over the place.
Mm, mm, mm.
Heard more F words, and I sat here and I'm like, I'm supposed to be talking about the family with their brother, and understand that sometimes we got to be careful of the garbage that they putting in your system.
Wow. Wow. Whew.
My mama was a powerful woman,
Mm-hmm.
and I feared her almost like I feared God.
Mm-hmm.
And my mama had a level.
Mm-hmm.
Knew how to talk to you in a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
She had to break that 5 and go to a 6 or a 9. You knew some things was going wrong
Yes,
in
sir.
your life. You
Yes.
know that old TV show Danger, Real Robinson, Danger. I was
Sir.
all in the danger. And she was just cool with it. My mama could just bend down, pick up a slipper, stay in the kitchen, poof, hit you in the back of the head. My mama was quick draw, slipper McGraw. You couldn't touch. But now I'm looking at these kids cussing out their parents.
Mm, mm, mm,
House, you got no order. You
mm.
disorder, and you wondering why the black man dying so early? Because
Teach,
he
brother.
home to stress instead of peace.
Wow. Wow.
The woman's dying and getting cancer because she's coming home to stress.
Mm,
No
mm.
peace.
Wow.
Because we don't know, because you got young people screaming they live in the savage life. Please understand what a savage is. Uncontrollable,
Yeah.
animalistic.
Mm,
That's not the song I want to sing.
mm,
That doesn't being strong in who I am doesn't make me a savage. It makes me a warrior.
mm,
So I don't want to get the savage and the warrior mixed up.
mm.
You know,
That's right.
we we got to have, you know, this time. And I watched this show and I just sat there with my mouth open. I'm like, did his mama just call him that? Did
Mm.
that? And this is the comedy.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is what we feel good about. Don't nobody
Mm.
go to live shows no more. Don't nobody go out and listen to intellectual. Back in the day, boy, you go hear intellectual talk. I remember sitting on Jesse Jackson's knee as a kid. My auntie, my great auntie, was the head of the Presbyterian Church in Chicago. So she was always going to meetings and lectures and whatnot. So I've always been blessed to be around revolutionaries and these talkers. That was entertainment, bruh.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That was comedy. That
Wow.
was giving information. All that wrapped up in one because we're so creative. We can do all of that.
Mm,
Shout out to the poets who are real poets out there
mm-hmm.
who, when they get on the microphone, they don't have to talk up under nobody's dress.
Teach, brother. Teach.
Clever.
Mm-hmm.
But how we get to the next level in this world to
Mm-hmm.
create a better society, you got a word for me, I got an ear to hear.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Jahi tonight, but on my show, you have a guest by the name of Brother Mondrea Harmon. He is the co-founder of the House of HarmonE Incorporated. And all he's doing today is just taking this show hostage. He's talking a lot because he needs to say what's on his heart. And so as an interviewer, I got to keep firing questions at him and let him be a guest. And I often say this, you brothers and sisters who have these shows, we can't just get on the shows all the time and hog the mic when you have a guest. He's in my house. So therefore, give the brother a platform to talk about the importance of family and what he's doing. And having said that, here comes another question, and I'm out the way again. Brother, can you talk about this word that I don't hear much of that we need to talk more of and demonstrate? And it's called love within the family. Will you take it away, please?
Love, whether it be Love, Luve, or liking somebody a lot, you can't have that word without appreciation. You can't have that word without respect.
Mm,
You can't have that word without really having an understanding of who are these individuals in your little village. When your mama used to say, don't lie to me, I could tell when you're lying to me. That mama has invested time in that child. That she, just like a poker player, she know your tales of what you're going to do before you do it. That's somebody who invested time and heart into this. And to always understand that there's a respect level. There's times I just have to listen to my 13-year-old. She has words to say, and she got to express them the only way she can express them. And I know when I raised, like my mama, when I raised my voice up to a 10, I didn't broke her heart. I didn't got her to a whole point of frazzle because there's a respect level of how we talk to one another. And I set the precedent for that from the very beginning. You can always talk to me, and I'm not going to switch up on you. I want to show you that you have just as much respect in this family as anybody else.
Mm,
And as long as you can give me that, I can return that in kind to you. And I
mm,
will always do that because I care. I'm invested. I've invested life into you. I expect greater things for you. And the reason that we got this house of harmony is because I see where the world is going right now. And it's
mhm.
my job to make it better for
Yes,
you
sir.
before I leave here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what I owe you that.
Mm.
Uh, look, let me show you. My favorite movie is Fences with Denzel Washington. Um, he was telling the son, because his son wanted to play football and all of this other stuff, but he asked him to do to fix this fence. And so they got into an argument, and he said, "I put food and clothes on your back, right?" He said, "Yes." He said, "Don't just give me no one word answer." He said, "Yes, sir." All right. And when you finish, I said, "That's right. You correct them right now."
Mhm,
He
mhm.
said, "But why do I do those things?" He said, "Because you like me." He said, "Because I like you. Because I do these things because I like you." He said, "Trust and believe. Liking you ain't got nothing to do with this deal. I don't go to work and work my behind off and I get paid because they like me.
Mm.
They give me what's owed to me. I put work in
Yes, sir.
and I deserve to get something out,
Mm, mm, mm,
you know? And
mm,
so I don't do these things, child, because I like you. I've invested my life into you. I see
mm.
you doing greater things than I will ever do. When they say that last name, there's power on that name. Because, like old folks say, I put some stank on that thing. This is what we're owed. But again, none of this makes any sense without respect.
Wow.
None of
This is awesome. This is awesome. Yeah, this I'm sitting at the feet of a guru, of a griot, of a griot. This man is just teaching, and I'm telling you now, if you're in tune with what is going on today, you all are going to be really, really blessed internally, whereby we can take these principles and utilize them. When are we going to listen to those wise sages and do something about what they're saying? Urban Griot, talk about purpose in life and how it's important that we get involved in something purposeful.
You might as well get into a coffin right now, throw the dirt over your.
Mm,
If you don't understand that God put you on this planet for a reason and not
mm,
a season, that you're here to add spice to this thing and figure out what your spice is, you wasting my time, God's
mm.
time. You just wasting time. And I say that because we all have a purpose. We all do. I look at, a crackhead's got a purpose.
Mm,
Everybody has a purpose, and our job, our only true job, is to find out what your purpose is and fulfill it.
mm.
Mine, when you go back to the continent, they will tell you people can't just call themselves a griot because everybody's not to be a griot. Everybody's not meant to be the storyteller. If folk don't get that, so you have the king who controls, but the second highest rank to the king is the griot. Because Grio's job is to hear the word of the king and disseminate all of that to the village. So now the village has an understanding of how we move next. That's why we're the storytellers. That's why our stories need to have something in them. Like hip hop used to be the art of the storyteller. And then you got some of these rappers out here who acting, who don't have no substance in their story
Yes, sir.
and
Yes, sir.
a whole different way. Now I
Mm,
didn't went off for a second, but I mean that because knowing your purpose, you have to be born to be a storyteller.
yeah.
You have to be born into this thing to be a griot. And as you are born, the passion in your work comes through. The authentication of your work, your organic is there. Can't nobody say that you're not organic. Can't nobody say that you just acting this thing out. This is what I believe. If you cut me, I'm gonna bleed Dickens. I'm gonna bleed um, uh, Lorraine Hansberry. I'm going to believe these storytellers because these are the things that are in me. These are the things that I ate when I was younger. Treasure Island is in me
Mm,
because I needed to get into it. And it taught me this is what I'm meant to do. And
mm,
with this purpose, and when you know your purpose, that's when you're unstoppable.
mm.
You're unstoppable. You're undeniable. Can't nobody hold you down. You can't be oppressed. Your spirit will not let you be oppressed because you know your purpose. And knowing your purpose means you know your worth.
How long have you had the House of Harmony?
2008.
2008. And
Yes.
what made you comprise of this great entity that we're talking about?
Because, you know, I had been married once before. And of course, I had a little girlfriend. And I just thought of ways when I was in those family situations how I needed to move, how I wanted to move. I remember and watched how my mom moved. I remember the abusive nights and the loud arguing and holding your pillow over your ears because you ain't want to hear the fighting. You wasn't old enough to go in the room and say stop. So now the first thing you think of is when I have kids, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to move this way. And I had done a lot of things that just still didn't work out. And so when I got married to this second young lady, um, we did a whole lot of unconventional stuff. Like when we figured out that we were going to really be in a relationship, we sat on the edge of the bed and just had a conversation about everything. These are all my dirty little secrets. These are all my vices. This is all of, whatever the case may be. I'm going to put everything out on the table
Mm.
for all of that. I owe you all of that. I thought it was, it was so funny because I remember bringing a box to the bed, and it, Lord forgive me. I used to, I would collect lingerie. Put it that way. My lingerie box. This is it. I was the man because, of course, I was believing that's what made me a man, as stupid as I was thinking.
Mhm.
But I brought all of this stuff and unloaded it before we decided to get married.
Mm.
And then I said, what I want to do, because I ended up, because she saved my life. I was in Chicago fighting with an ex girlfriend who was trying to get me thrown in jail, and she came and picked me up. She was in the military. She picked me up, and we went to Virginia. And we figured out that we couldn't get married when we wanted to, so I had to make a decision to go back to Chicago because I didn't want to break any of my spiritual beliefs laws. I want to do this the right way, you know. And as we did it the right way, real man goes and find the father and asks for permission. And I just realized how wise this man was. And I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna get off of it. But I was sitting in the house and I just met her father. All of a sudden, I noticed that the wife, his wife, and her went upstairs. Now they gone. Now it's just me and this grown man, and he's talking. He said, "Let me tell you something." He said, "You like animals?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Animals are really incredible." He said, "Animals can tell when you have ill in your heart. Animals can tell. They can smell it. They'll attack it like bad garbage." He went to the kitchen and opened the back door, and two of the largest German shepherds I've ever seen in my life come busting through the kitchen door and run. And he in the kitchen now. I'm in the living room,
Uh-huh.
and up on me in the living room. As my heart sunk, but I knew what I was there for. By the time he walked back into the kitchen, I mean back into the living room, I'm rubbing the dogs. I'm playing with the dogs. I got the female dog. She's all on my lap, and the brother dog. He all licking my hand and whatnot. And I thought that was the coolest thing on the planet. I said, I'm gonna have to buy me a house so I can get a dog just so my daughter's boyfriend can walk over and I can. dogs on them. But this was a man who was secure enough in himself and knew what he was looking for and knew what he wanted to make sure that was coming across for his daughter.
Mm,
You know,
mm. Brother, this is fantastic. I wanted you to talk because we have about 10 minutes, but I definitely couldn't get you off this broadcast without asking you a crucial and critical question about Fred Hampton, the role that the brother played in your life in Chicago. Tell us something about Fred Hampton that helped you become the man that you are today.
I consider, well, my parents were Panthers. And so he was their teacher. My daddy only had a third grade education, and I learned to respect it now. He only could do what he knew how to do, but he also knew how to take orders. And when chairman had put something down, the brothers followed through. I took that because being always trying to go around wherever my daddy was going, he became a godfather to me. The strangest thing was when I was working for DuSable and I was doing a lot of introductions, I got blessed to do introductions for Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. So now I got the son who has his own organization that I'm a part of now, but he he wouldn't let me get away with my BS. He said, "Man, I need to be held their feet to the fire. Whatever your problem was, admit it, accept it, and move on." And Chairman Fred said, people are trying to figure out what to do. They'll sit and they'll talk about what to do, but they're not doing nothing. They're just talking, just
Mhm.
a lot of hot air. He
Yes,
said,
sir.
understand, while you talking about these children need food and good food, the Panthers are feeding 3,000 people a day. You talking about people need medical and this, that, and the other, and free medical centers are on every other dark block where the hospital, ambulance, and the police won't go down in Chicago. So they're building on what you talking about.
Mhm.
So it taught me, instead of just talking about it,
Mm.
let's be about it.
Wow.
I'm
Yeah.
tired of everybody just huffing. I'm tired of y'all Negroes getting to these corners and talk about what could be and what should be. If you really feel that, then do that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like you. And this is why my respect level is so high for you. You could say the education system is messed up and leave it there. But what do? You start the Liberation Center. I can teach you better. I can show you better than I can tell you.
Mm.
And I'm tired of telling you because you act like you can't hear me.
Mm. Mm.
Show you better than I can do anything. They used to the old saying again, I'm from Missouri, I'm from the show me state. Well, yeah,
Mm.
we all need to be from Missouri right now. We all
Mm.
need to show me type ism. We need
Mm.
to live in that. Don't just talk about it.
Mm.
Be about it.
Wow, this is
Own it.
really good. This is really good. Now, your schedule is very busy, and based upon what I'm looking at and listening to and experiencing now, I'm going to ask you in front of all of the people that's watching this broadcast every blue moon, if you have a little time, I'd love for you to come back and be my guest because this is really, really a heartfelt discussion. And it's also something that's needed in our community by a brother who has a heart for the family, who's not just talking about it, who's experienced it and demonstrating it. So, I just want to know if you can keep your schedule open. I want to do another exclusive with you and pop up and just kind of go for it again because I don't have any notes. You don't have any notes. This is straight from the heart, from man to man, brother to brother. And I definitely want to know if you would be willing to do that for us.
I got you, family. For you, definitely, because again, this is more important. You don't even know this. This is more important for me because remember them three I mentioned earlier who are not that fond of me?
Mm-hmm.
Those first ones I made sure get a link to listen.
Okay. Okay.
My job is to always keep the doors open because family is everything.
Wow.
I, I'm my all those who know me know I got cubs. I got little Panther cubs, and my job is to watch over them, and then let the mother watch over all of us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, again, we have about 5 minutes, and I'm going to ask you another question, but I'm going to basically get out the way now, as I have been, and I hope that you've been able to express everything that's in your heart as far as the desires that you wanted to share with us. So, as an interviewer, I'm going to let you take the people home because, again, oftentimes we invite people on our shows and we hog the shows, but I hope you've gotten an opportunity to really express yourself because you're going to do more of that in the upcoming weeks here on this broadcast. But I'm going to ask you a question and I'm going to get myself off the screen. And the last thing you say, I'm going to let you close it out. So, whatever you have on your heart, big brother, whatever you want to say to the people about yourself, about the house of HarmonE, or about just in general when it comes to family, I want to let you talk. I'm going to remove myself. And again, I'm telling you now, when you invite someone over, please treat them with the utmost respect, as I have done this brother. So I want people to leave saying, Brother Jahi, you didn't say much. Brother Mondrea hogged the show. And that's what it's supposed to be about because he's my brother and he's my guest. So having said that, I'm out of here. I'm going to let your face show up and you take us on home, big brother. So now I'll be seeing you around. Okay. So talk to the people and I'm out.
Peace, family. First of all, I'm hoping that my business partner is listening, and I'm gonna get in real trouble if I don't do this. www.thehouseofharmone.org. Go there, see what we have to offer. We do everything for free. We take donations, and that's how we have everything running. That's how everything moves. Because no one should have to pay for these services that we want to give from our heart. But we do need to keep things running. Shout out to the family who's been donating. Shout out to those that have been allowing us to move forward. Understand, as I say this, everything that we do for a reason. We all must know our purpose. We all must get along. We not might be a fan of everybody every day, and that's okay. But I need to be able to speak to you, talk to you, still love on you, the whole nine. And it's what we were meant to be here for. And this is what extends our life. If you're a Bible reader and you understand that somebody in the Bible had lived about 900 years, 100, 100 years, 125 years, it's because they found some peace in their life. I'm happy to go home. I'm happy to love on my wife. I'm happy to love on my best friend. I'm happy to be in an area where I can speak and be overstood, listened to, taken seriously, and supported. Supported, our big thing. I got to support her as she supports me, as we support she, that she being the 13-year-old, to let her know that she got support and wherever she go on this world, she's entitled to the world because she's a god of this universe. And the last thing I want to say is y'all remember science class. Y'all remember the periodic table. Y'all know, I guess it was like 32, you know, all the things that make up the universe is on that periodic table. Isn't it funny that God decided to put everything on that periodic table inside of the human body? Is why we have the right to call ourselves gods of the universe. If we use the power of the mustard seed to move a mountain, because if you use 100% of your brain, you're unstoppable. So, where you use your brain like that is to love on your family. Let that harvest grow. Be the farmer that you were meant to be. Please, I plead and I ask you, let this harvest grow. Thank you all for listening. And I would love to come back at any time because we family, y'all. I'll be your uncle. I'll be your nephew. We in this together.